What is going on, guys and girls of YouTube? It's a Noobify here, bringing you a little bit of an insight into the Tanks of Warframe. Now, the term tank usually refers to a class or character who can absorb damage and taunt enemy fire towards him as a bullet sponge. Yet DE have yet to release or even show signs of a Warframe with the ability to taunt in this way. So come on, DE, show us the goods already. You know you can do it. I would at this point like to say, however, that I do believe all tank-classed Warframes should possess some form of an innate taunt feature. For example, if I'm a tank Warframe and I'm firing at enemies, I should trigger a taunt response and activate a small window where the tank may receive a little less damage. But I am curious to know what you guys think towards that being a thing. Should tanks have this innate ability? Or should we just have classes of tanks that still have yet to possess either a taunt or an innate taunt for that? How do you feel about it? So leave a comment and let's discuss in the section below, guys. But some of the tanks in the game do include the Warframes Chroma, Rhino, Inaros and Valkyr. Even though these tanks exist in the game and I would consider them tanks, they differ massively in what they actually bring to the show. So let's take a look at two of them a bit closer, guys. First of all, I'm going to show you Chroma, because Chroma is one of my favourite tanks of the game, and I am biased towards him, but he is going to be used in this comparison. Now, Chroma has one of the best, if not the best, damage absorption abilities in the game. Not only can he take the punishment, but he also converts that punishment into an offensive damage output. Meaning, if you take loads of damage as Chroma, your output, whether it be weapon-based, melee or primary, is going to increase drastically. But that is if you build Chroma towards an ice tank Chroma or a fire type Chroma. The Ice Tank Chroma is the build that I have and I do run majority of the time, and the link to that is in the description below, so go check that out if you haven't already. The second one, however, is Rhino. Now, Rhino is what I would class as a tank support frame, which is great because he is obtained really early in the game, which is really good for the new player experience looking to delve a little bit into the tank aspect. Now, Rhino has the ability to do some damage absorption, but he is also useful in the team aspect because he has the ability to increase not just his own, but his teammates' damage output, and he also sports a short duration stun/immobilization ability. So he has that utility and the tank. Fair enough, he's not the stronger tank like Chroma, but he brings more to a team variant. So when you cross-examine these guys, you can see the big difference between them. Chroma being the more solo/selfish of the two Warframes, and Rhino being the tanky, enough to survive, but also the really useful and team-orientated frame. The overall class of tank in Warframe is blurred, and could definitely do with DE introducing maybe a class-based system, meaning it would, when you click on a Warframe, tell you if they're tank orientated, mage orientated, you don't have to use mage, or brawler orientated. And that way, instead of people just choosing a frame on looks or word of mouth, they get a little bit of a hint, i.e. this Warframe will tank and support a team. You know, Excalibur is more a damage based Warframe. You know, he's more of what I'd call a brawler, because he is quite beefy, but he also has the damage output as well. My personal advice to anyone looking into the tank class of Warframe is, if you are looking for a tank who is able to keep soloing for a long time, consider Chroma or Inaros. And these two are arguably the biggest damage sponges of the game. And if you're wanting a tanky but supportive tank, look to the likes of Rhino, Inaros and Valkyr. They're your frames to consider for that. Now, I know I just put Inaros in both of the choices for solo and team, and that's because he is, as a tank, one of the best bullet sponges out there, but he also has a life steal ability that supports the team. He has a sandstorm ability that can sweep up the enemies and allow people to get revived. Not to mention, he has the ability to isolate enemy types, meaning he can isolate a high damage target and take it out in relative ease. So he is good, and he is worthy of both tank solo and tank team. But it doesn't mean he's the greatest tank. This is what I'm trying to get through to you a little bit. But before I wrap up this video, guys, I would like to give an honourable mention, and most of you experienced players are probably going to guess this right now. That Warframe is Mesa. She has the ability to mitigate 95% of all ranged incoming damage, making her one of the best bullet sponges in the game, or strongest be that. Not only that, she possesses incredible crowd control abilities in the form of being able to block enemy ranged weapons for a set duration, adding utility in a team aspect. Not to mention the cherry on the cake with this frame, which is her Peacemaker ability, making her not only fast hitting but also providing some of the highest DPS that a Warframe can kick out. Plus she gets the added bonus of elemental damage. So you get a tank, utility and a DPS. So how do you feel about the info in this video, guys? Do you agree with my reasoning? Which frames do you consider to be the best tanks in the game? And would you like to see more of these class breakdowns in Warframe? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.